Oh, I had two. That's a big one. That's a big one. I'm about to go throw the glide bait for 3 straight hours on a lake I've not been on in months. This is a new series where I'm gonna pick a bait, throw it for hours, and share with you my results of just throwing one bait. Not really. Boat flip you, yep. Whew. I'm about starting up here, guys, on the riprap up here that you guys see. This riprap right here off the spillway at the dam is looking at the deep dive app. Yesterday we had, and looking at that bait fish right there. Yesterday we had a big wind and the front came in overnight. A big storm came in, and as you see, there's the wind that was blowing hard onto this. So that's what I'm going to try to start right here and just see if there's some bait fish and some things stirred up here. And also just, you know, how I'm going to use the app today. That's the wind effects feature. If I look into the inflow points, I'm going to use this to try to see the inflow point areas. I might go up here since we had some rain and see if there is a little bit of water inflow, just to see. There could be one area that I'm going to go into, and then any of these I can use as well. Up here on the first spot, I'm going to give, it's 1:45. I got 3 hours, 1:45 up here on the riprap part of the dam. My R's always kind of mess me up. Got me a little glide bait. Here's more of a smaller glide. I'll put the information of this in the description. I've had this before it came out. Love it, but now it's actually hit the stores by Baitworks. And then down here, guys, you see, if I can get this hook out of my hand, good hooks. Down here, I also got the KGB, the Spro KGB on. I got a variety of colors down here. Looking at them down there on the boat, got them all down there. And like I said, I'm just on glide baits. That's all you see up here is glide baits. Guys, I got the live scope on. I might get some live scope recordings, but I'm not trying to live scope the whole time. I'm not trying to, okay? Because I really, I know the really good glide bait fishermen look and use this with their eyes. And so that's what I'm going to try to do today, is throw up here in some of these shallower spots, these areas. We might throw some brush piles and rock, but I'm not trying to just live scope fish, okay? I'm not going to. I'm kind of come up here and fishing today, okay? And I can go up there and look and see what's happening. This right here is the level 7.3 medium moderate. It's a crankbait rod, okay? But right now, as I'm looking, man, it is great for this, dude. I am loving it. I'm throwing this on, I think this is 12-pound test. I'm throwing this one on 12. That one's gonna be on 20. That's a longer rod. I'll go through that setup here in a minute when I get to it. This is an old Corrado, okay? That one's a faster gear ratio reel. I'm pretty sure this one is just your typical 6:4. So I'll go through all of that as we get going. All right, guys, this one here, which I'm throwing the old Spro KGB on. This is in the thread of the thread fin shad color. That's what one thing I'm not going to do is have these crazy expensive baits. Now that one's, I know, a little high for me, but this one here is more, I guess, for the price range. They're still expensive. Throwing on the 710 medium heavy, moderate fast. Yeah, medium heavy, moderate fast. This is a swim bait, glide bait rod. 20-pound test, a little faster reel. I'm right now just kind of looking, seeing if I see some. I just said I'm not going to use it, but I just saw a bunch of fish up there, and they did not want the smaller one. So I went to this big one a little bit. See how this is. Now, one thing with this I know is, from what I've learned, is let the, oh, he hit it. Wow, look at those guys. He just didn't get, like, how did he not get it? All them hooks. Is at times letting the bait do the action, the reel. Like, you know, there's a time where you have some glide baits you need to work, but then there's time where, like this one right here, like that looks good right there. Okay, now there we go. So I'm trying to figure out the cadence, because there's a times where that cadence matters, and it's all different with different reel handles. So oh, he missed it. Darn. That fish was right there in front of me. How did he miss it? Where'd he go? Today we are on a Highland Reservoir type body of water. Water clarity is pretty clear, 3-foot visibility, but there are some spots that were stained due to the recent weather we had. We had a week of 100-degree temperatures, and then we had a big storm that came through last night. It's a little humid right now, but even this morning it was cloudy, and we have a wind that changed directions. So guys, a little bit of a weather change for this type of day of throwing the big bait only. And guys, let me know if you like this type of video. Leave me comments down below. I'm going to continue this series series where I'm gonna pick a bait and throw it for 3 hours, 4 or 5 hours, just depending on my time of day that I got. And I wanted to start off with the glide bait. I'm gonna throw the glide bait in this upcoming month of September, and I wanna do that one reason because there's a time where there's a lot of fish moving shallow and big fish move shallow, and it's a time to catch them. But guys, I wanna get better with this bait, okay? It's a bait that is not one of my strengths, okay? I've caught fish on it, I've had big days with it, but I'm not telling you it's like one of my strengths like other tools in the rod box right here. So I had literally 2 rods on the deck. Now guys, let's go see what happened here at the second spot. Got one up there. Stay on. Not big. Not big, but we got one. Small, but still. Look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. Look at this. Look at this guy. We have a spotted bass. I don't even know there's spotted bass in this lake. I guess we have this running creek there is. Look at that spot. The size of the glide bait. Not really. Thanks, buddy. Got one. I was just about to say, guys, I've seen so much bait fish activity. That's a good one. Must be hooked weird. Oh, he threw me off right there. No, how did that thing throw me off right there? So guys, I'm up here, the wind's blowing, we're in some shallow water up here on this inflow, but I've seen so much bait fish activity on up here just on the forward face, and had a couple followers. But anyway, so that one ate as soon as it hit the surface. Don't believe it got off. Anyway, we saw it wasn't a giant, so that's okay. So fish number 1 came in an hour. Actually not even an hour, 45 minutes of the challenge. Okay, and that one was on the old smaller one, but I did switch up to the brim colored one. On this one, I need to make sure my bait will get switch up to the brim colored one. I saw a couple brim beds, so I was like, man, I might need to go ahead, switch it up. And so a little bit of activity up here. We got that wind blowing in up here too, which is the opposite direction of where it was blowing yesterday. And that was not an aggressive bite, to say the least. And that was a subtle bite. There we go. So moving up here was a little bit oh, that bait fish. Oh, that bait fish just came up with it. But anyway, moving up here was good to get some bites. That's a good one. Oh, dude, that one was a good one right there. I saw him hit on the live scope, like I felt him. I just threw up there and started looking. Got him. Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one. That's a big one. That's a big one. Oh, boat flip you, yep. Sweet. Yes. Bubba says 4-2. We got one here. Stay on. Oh, I had 2. Dude, no way. I had 2 on. Look, he's right there. He's right there. He just saw the boat. You gotta be kidding me. It felt so weird. Wow. I just had 2 on, guys. You gotta be kidding me. Little guy though. That was cool. Nice double hook, sideways hook. Still what we've been catching today. These little dudes. Another spotted bass. So after what you saw there, I ended up having a couple more fish catches that were smaller fish, okay? I had that good flurry, ended up on the day catching 7 fish in the 3 hours on the glide bait and losing a couple others as well. And I say losing them, either like, you know, they missed it or like that double that was pretty sweet. How about I had a double on, guys? That would have been cool. And the other one that was on was like, the other fish that was on there was like almost 3 pounds. It was probably 2.5 to 3 pounds. I mean, it looked big in the water. Might have been bigger than that even. But guys, so I think I could have had a pretty good, decent bag if I would have been able to land all the fish, but that's something that happens when you're throwing these big baits, okay? I ended up sticking with the brim color after I had that double, and I only caught one more on this that was little. But then guys, the one that caught majority of the fish was this smaller one here. Like I said earlier, forgot the name of this bait. I'm gonna put it there. You can get these at Baitworks now. They kind of come up there on a limited time frame. Johnny's talking about them on Fish at the Moment, and of course that's how I got them as well, guys. But today, what I learned from this trip is I actually learned, I enjoyed today. I enjoyed doing something a little different. I've been catching fish a certain way during my guide trips, my forward facing lessons, which has been fun the past month. But we've done a variety of stuff, but today it gave me a chance to go back and throw at targets. I didn't catch any off docks, which was interesting. I caught them either in the back of the cuts where they could have been eating brim, or inflows kind of came in from the runoff, or I caught them out there in the open flats where there's rock, gravel, brush, brim beds, and baits. Mainly the bait. The bait fish today I saw was prevalent. I saw some bigger bait fish. And I saw some dead bait fish on the water that was about this size, okay? And so that's one thing there, I think, why this size was pretty key in getting the fish catches today. But one thing I realized when throwing this, I got down to my rhythm. I got down to where I could, when I was throwing and making my cast, I had the cadence down. I had it looking pretty in the water. Times when you're 20 rods on the deck and then you pick this up, it seems like for me it takes me a minute to get back the action of it right. So I did learn today that putting it in my hand got me back in that rhythm. It's kind of like when you're pitching a baseball. I used to be a baseball pitcher. Once I, when I warmed up in the bullpen, everybody's different, but I had to get like 20, 30 good pitches in the bullpen and got me warmed up and lathered up, as I call it. And then I went out there and went to work. And there are pitchers that do that. From college, major, high school, they throw 40, 50 pitches before they go out there, and it gets them in a rhythm. So I felt like today I got in the rhythm with this, and I got a lot more confidence in it. Another thing I saw is the power of fishing it shallow. I want to share that with you guys, the power. Me, as I love to offshore fish, I do all the live scope stuff, and I've offshore fished before live scope if you're new to the channel. But guys, today I saw the power of catching fish shallow with it, so I'm going to kind of keep that in my mind. And I know this upcoming month, fishing it shallow is a time where it's going to happen, and I'm going to try to continue to do this again. I have my video series, and I've not filmed one in a while due to I don't have time on the water right now to film as much, but I have my video series of no live scope versus live scope, and during my no live scope period, I'm going to film one of these upcoming, hopefully this month. I'm going to film, and this guy right here is going to be a player with that, okay? Once again, guys, I'm throwing the Level NGX series rods. If you're interested in these rods, check them out. I have the link down there in the description. Use that link to make an order, and then it helps me as well track with me, guys. But I'm partnering with Leveled. Love these things, and I threw a bunch of rods. They sent them to me. I've enjoyed them. Thought they're great rods, and I believe in them as well, guys. But appreciate you. And now what we're going to do is go into the Faith Juice segment. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Faith Juice segment here, part of the episode. And today it's going to be more of the little motivating part of the Faith Juice segment. I don't have my scripture ready, and I have a couple other plans that I've kind of done, but we're about to get into it right here. Just kind of something I want to share from my heart. And could be talking to you, any of you watching, maybe not, could be talking to me. Okay, but it's believing in yourself. So as guys and ladies, men and women, that's something at times I know we can struggle with, is believing in us, believing what we are doing, what we're going after, if it's the right thing, or even if this is our purpose, or in us in a job, or it could be anything from parent. I know I'm kind of everywhere, but you might be at this point right now where you're not believing in yourself, you're doubting in yourself, okay? And guys, I'm just going to let you know, is that something we all can kind of go through. It's something that is there. But I always kind of tell myself when I kind of get in these moments like, can I do it? Then I kind of stop and just think of everything that I have done before and have overcame. And then that gives me that confidence, okay? And that's something I know with me. I've been through a lot. You watching, been through a lot as well. And it kind of just depends on your situation. So believe, I'm about to hear come the truck. Sorry, that guy knew me. But when I think of situations I've overcame, I think of obstacles in life I've overcame, it gives me that confidence. And so that's one thing you guys can do. But with that too, you got to go for it. That's the biggest thing in believing in yourself. Go for it. If there's a situation or something you're struggling with, or something you don't know if you can do, you got to go and try it. So guys, appreciate you. Thank you for watching today's video. We'll see you next time on the Fish Coach YouTube channel.